In this episode, we are going to build pet steps for older animals out of one piece of wood. Keep watching.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to DIY Explorer. I'm David, your host, and this YouTube series is about the common person making common things with the tools you have around your house. So if this is your first episode, thanks for watching. This time, we are going to make pet steps for an older animal so they can get up on the couch, the bed, or wherever they need to be. We're going to do it with one piece of wood and some simple tools. So keep watching. Up next is tools you need and the supplies you need. Tools you need for this build are simple and as following. You're going to need an electric screw gun. You can use a hand screwdriver. That will be very slow and painful. A measuring tape, measuring device of some type. I bought a 90-degree bit for getting in those tight areas to screw things in, about $8-9. And then you're gonna need for this build, because this is how we did it, was a pocket hole jig. Highly recommend this if you're gonna get into woodworking. And then finally, you're going to need something to cut. So I'm using my 20-volt Bauer circular saw. If you look up here, I did a opening and quick review on it. You can use a jigsaw, you can use a hand saw. This is the quickest way. Supplies you're going to need for the basic build is a 1x6 by 12 foot board. Wood type is your determination. I used pine. You can use any type of wood you'd like. Other items you're going to need is 1 1/4 inch screws or 32 millimeter. These are specifically for pocket hole jigs. You don't need to buy the brand name. You don't need to buy specifically for pocket hole jigs, but they work great. I am using some pocket hole jig plugs. You don't have to buy these. You can use a dowel and saw them off. Of course, you're going to need some Gorilla wood glue. And then I got something called cat's tongue grip. The initial build on this is just putting grip tape on the top. There will be a bonus feature at the end of this video. And then really any type of stain you would like to use. So we've got all of our wood cut. Now the next step we're going to do is sand. So I'm going to start with 100 grit and then go to 220. The boards themselves are pretty smooth, but the edges that we cut are not. And we're going to do that before we assemble it and stain. So we just finished drilling all of our pocket holes. If you don't have one of these tools and you're going to do some projects around the house, especially working with wood, I highly recommend it. It's just such an easy thing. You're going to see once we start assembling this how much quicker this will go when you're finished. So we drilled a bunch of pocket holes. We've got 1¼ inch pocket hole screws. We're going to use some wood glue, some angle clamps, and you're going to see this come together quite quick. So check out the next section. So after a rain out of the last part of the build, it's a few days later, a beautiful morning in Nashville. So we're going to finish putting together our pet steps. Then we're going to sand and stain. So we've finished the basic build of our pet steps. We kind of free cut it, so there's a few edges that are off. So what we're going to do is use a couple different sanding papers to kind of take off those rough edges. This is DIY. I'm not a professional, so you'll see that next. After that, we're going to do is we're going to wipe it down with some stain. We're using ebony wood stain. This is darker, so it matches more of the furniture in our house. And after that, we're going to put some rubber coasters on the feet, on the bottom. And I got this stuff called cat tongue, which is going to go on top here to prevent the dog from slipping. So here you have it, your pet steps for your elderly animal. Was pretty simple build. The pocket hole jig was an amazing tool. If you don't have one, I highly recommend it. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video. We put the grip tape on the top here. The stain turned out amazing. If you notice in the back here, this is the only place where you can actually see the pocket holes, because I wanted to demonstrate that the actual correct way to put it into the wood, you shouldn't have it poking out towards the edge, but into the edge. There's other videos on YouTube that you can check out for a better explanation. So I'm not done yet. So I tried it out, and our fickle little dog does not like the grip tape. So I am going to go back and carpet the top of these, and I'll show you that real quick by the magic of editing. So stay tuned. And here you got it. Took about an hour to do this. The advantage to having the fabric steps that are removable are you can actually change them out for different colors if you choose to do so. So the final product here is about 17.5 inches tall. If you wanted a taller set of steps, you would just get some thicker pieces of board. This is just right for our couch. It gets just up to the top. The dog is still afraid of it. Hopefully he'll get used to that. So if you like what you saw today, make sure you subscribe. We've got lots more projects coming up. Hit a like, and we'll see you at the next project.